Then follow him.
If you look at our prime ministers and look at their cultural and ethnic heritage, Tunku Abdul Rahman has Thai heritage. I mean, which Kedah royal family does not have Thai blood in them? Hussein On, Turkish. Mahathir, Indian. It's true. Latest one is Mongolian. Sorry. Bugis. A slip of the tongue. A slip of my tongue. A degree of pendatangness in us. And in Melaka, Melaka is the foundation of what is we recognize as Malaya. Yeah, Melaka. This is where it all started. And who was the person who started it? Parameswara, who was the ultimate pendatang. In fact, he was probably pendatang tanpa izin, because he was trying to escape the law, right? He had a fight with his father, he went to Kumasi, he had a fight there, he ran over here. He was the worst kind of pendatang, But he established our nation. That was the beginning of it all. So why is it that we feel separate, but actually if we trace our roots, we all have similar roots somewhere down the line. Somewhere down the line. In all of us. Not just physically, culturally, we have influenced one another. To the extent that my friends, my Chinese friends who go and work in China, come back and they say the Chinese don't think we're Chinese. They don't look at us as Chinese, they look at us as Malaysian. They don't accept us as Chinese. Try to find roti canai in Delhi. Our forefathers did not envision a country which is going to be so divided. Neither did they have the aspiration to have a country which after 50 odd years is still so divided.
So we can ask God, why do you create many colors? That is what the Quran says. And among His signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the differences of your languages and colors. Verily in that are indeed signs for people of sound understanding. In other words, the many colors are simply a sign of God's greatness and presence, not to use it as a divisive factor, for example, like the apartheid policy or any policy based on race. Stand up for the rights of the oppressed. Doesn't matter what your color is.
And what are these fundamental lies? Two of them. One, we are an Islamic state. And two, there is a concept called Ketuanan Melayu. Both are not true. Article 3 reads, Islam is a religion of the Federation, but other religions may be practiced in peace and harmony in any part of the Federation. So, what does this mean? Islam is the religion of the Federation. The observance of this principle, which is Article 3, shall not imply that the state is not a secular state. Okay? So it is the alliance themselves, alright, Raza, Rahman, all these dudes, okay? In 57, they are the ones who said very clearly that the constitution is secular. So when Najib Razak, in all his wisdom, tells us Malaysia has never been a secular state, his father has to be spinning in his grave. And all the prime ministers, Tunku Abdul Rahman, Tun Razak, Hussein On, all until Mahathir, have all asserted very clearly that we are a secular country. Okay? And then tiba-tiba Mahathir comes in and things start to change a little bit. Why? Because he was trying to fight past. And instead of stating things very clearly, look, we are secular, but it doesn't mean we don't respect your rights to practice your religion itself. Working on principle, they start fooling around, okay, and try to fight fire with fire. And this culminated in his declaration, all by himself, that we are an Islamic state. Okay, a man and a woman, okay, we are all born equal. No one's my tuan. Don't you dare tuan me. Maybe my daughter says, it shall be the responsibility of the Yang Pertuan Agong to safeguard the special position of the Malays and natives of any of the states of Sabah and Sarawak. Notice that the natives of the Peninsula Malaysia are not mentioned. Okay, the truly original people, they are not mentioned. Anyway, it shall be the responsibility of the Yang Pertuan Agong to safeguard the special position of the Malays and natives of any of the states of Sabah and Sarawak and the legitimate interests of other communities in accordance with the provisions of this article. So what's the responsibility of the Agong? To take care of everyone. That's the underlying responsibility. Okay? There is a thing called special position of the Malays and the natives. Do I see anything called Malay rights? No. Hak Melayu. Hak apa? Okay? It's specific. It is to be protected by the creation, reasonable creation, because the word reasonable is also in the Constitution. That means you cannot do anything ikut suka hati. It has to be reasonable. Reservation of positions in public service, scholarships, education, permits, licenses for trade and business. Okay, so the Constitution allows for this to happen. It allows for it to happen, but it has to be reasonable. Okay? And of course, you have to keep in mind, we also have Article 8, which is about equality, which is we are all equal. Okay? So in other words, you have 153, which is trying to do some affirmative action. But it is not a complete license to do anything that you want to do.
This is a nation in distress. As the Prime Minister talks about one Malaysia, his party, his ministers appear to be working with agencies out there hell-bent on perpetuating the divide and rule that they inflicted on this country for so long. The Allah issue was seized upon by certain quarters to try to agitate the anger, reaction, if you will, from other communities. Thankfully, like the Hindus in August last year, the Christians too did not fall for that ploy. Yeah. And after the NEP was introduced, a very important thing happened. Malaysia joined the oil-producing countries. All right, big money coming in, and politicians saw money like they'd never seen before. I think the greed kicked in. The greed kicked in, and it became so profitable to continue to divide and rule. That's what they've done. They've done. I think if you look at Barry Lane's book, he talks about 100 billion during Mahathir's tenure. Mahathir says Pala got 265 billion during his tenure, right? But from unofficial sources, we are told that since 1974, it's something like 2 trillion. Where's it gone? The judiciary has gone down and down. It has never recovered. Judicial Appointments Commission is a load of rubbish. It's a load of rubbish. You've got Zaki sitting up there, who is to sit on the UMNO Disciplinary Committee. And now look at the decision in Penang, in Perak, Nizar against Zamri. Who appointed the panel? Zaki. Justice is not only supposed to be done, but seen to be done. Zaki sitting up there appointing the panel. Who owns the judiciary now? We found out through the Royal Commission of Inquiry, B.K. Lingam and all his friends in high office. Correct. All that, we are a nation in distress. Our institutions that were intended to protect the rakyat are not working. They're not looking after us. They're looking after their political masters. But where were we when all this was happening?